Hello, 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 hello. It has been a little while. Hope everyone is feeling fine and feeling good. You know what? You haven't seen me since Christmas, but we back here again. And not only that, we have a beautiful special guest in the house on the day. And this is the day that he have made, and we are going to rejoice and enjoy everything that we hear from him. And I'm just going to get right into our interview. And I just want to say, this is a man that I'm going to say a little bit about him first. He's someone that I love very much because I am an elder and I am a minister and I don't mind telling nobody. And that, you know what, I wouldn't be where I'm at today with a roof over my head if it wasn't for this young man right here. So I'm going to get out of the way. This is his day. This is his hour. And to God be the glory. Sound Off is a beautiful, beautiful setting for right here in Stratford, Connecticut. May we be blessed. Good afternoon, Mr. Oberlin. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you because you took up the offer and said, okay, you'll come.
Well, how could I refuse? When we did the Extreme Makeover, and I was the architect for that, we've been friends ever since. So thank you.
That's right, that's right. We have sit and had many talks and things like that, and he is a blessed person, an awesome person, and God is good. I just want to say ask you a few questions. Are you originally from Connecticut?
No, I'm from New York originally.
Okay.
And I moved to Connecticut probably over 40 years ago, so I guess at this point, I'm almost from Connecticut.
Well, you are. You have two hometowns, New York and Connecticut, okay? Not only that, did you go to school in Connecticut?
I went to New York Institute of Technology. I also studied in Italy, American University of Rome for a semester. And I've been an architect for about 42 years now.
42 years. What made you want to do that? Sports wasn't in your main line?
That was interesting. When I was a junior in high school, very briefly, they said, what do you want to do? And I didn't know. Obviously, I was going to go to college. And they said, well, what do you like? And somehow I blurted out, well, I draw. And then I'm thinking, oh, that was not a very smart answer.
Wow.
And the guidance counselor said, why don't you take a drafting course?
Okay.
I did. I came back after that semester in high school, and I said it was okay. He said, go to architectural school. You're going to learn everything from design to history to structures, mechanicals, and you'll know everything. So if you go to architectural school, you'd be anything you want to be.
Wow.
And I loved it instantly, and I've been an architect ever since.
Well, you know what? I can understand. When I was a little girl, I would take all the baby dolls that the people would bring me from overseas, and I would line them up around a tree, and my father made a campus around it. That was my little house. And I had a mic, and that's what I wanted to do, and I've been doing it ever since. Talking on television, talking on the radio, 18 years. You know you've been there. The other thing I want to ask you, your mom and dad, were you originally born in New York, or you were born overseas?
No, I was born in New York.
Okay.
And lived there up until architectural school, and then been Connecticut ever since.
All right, all right. So what make you, before we go into the questions, what make you feel like that you have that heart that you have to go out and do things for other people?
Architecture is just that type of field. It is bringing people's dreams alive.
Yeah.
And it is something that is the imaginary and the practical. We have to design homes or buildings that people can afford and that will meet their needs. And aesthetically, something that they've just always dreamed about. So it's the American dream to bring architecture to our clients.
I know. And not only that, I just want to say before we get into the question that it had to be something very, very special in you and for the community as well as yourself, myself, and other people, because you built a dream home. The only thing I don't have is a stable and some horses. That was my dream. But you built a dream home for a person that was going through, had left this world, and God brought me back, and you came to catch the vision that I had, because you never know that my mother's bedroom wallpaper is in my room. So that was a dream. So let's get out of the way. I know he got a lot to say to you out there on today. This is Sound Off. I'm sorry. I'm just going to play it the way God give it to me because he's good all the time. Now, let's go to the questions. What changes do you see as an architect?
Well, if you want to start with a video of the house I did for myself,
okay.
That explains what I'm trying to do for the public, to build or design storm and fireproof homes, high efficient homes, homes that will have minimal maintenance. And we don't use wood in any of these houses. So if you want to see that video, I think that may show your audience a little bit more about it, and then we'll answer whatever questions you'd like.
Okay, the video, we're going to look at this, and everybody going to be happy that you see it, because when I seen it, I'm telling you, I looked inside of it, and I mean through, Facebook page or whatever it was on the other day, and it is beautiful.
Thank you.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Well, my office is there. Homes are a shelter. They try to keep us dry and warm. For hundreds of years, we've been building the same way. It's time to change. I'm Lee Overland. I've been promoting a more sustainable, high-efficiency type of construction. I'm trying to start a discussion with the other architects, the builders, of how to design where we don't need to be using wood, have our houses blow away every 50 to 75 years, catch on fire. So what I'm showing you here today is one of the homes that the major product is called insulated concrete forms. Those are the outside walls. It's incredibly strong. It's insulated, fireproof, stormproof, no mold, mildew, nothing can get inside these houses. These homes actually cost less to build. They also save in energy. So come take a look. The main living area, it's very open plan. I have the kitchen in the back wall, the eating area, the living area, and then I like to bring the outside into our projects. So this is the lanai. It's an outdoor space. You could open it up to the living space. The master bedroom has a balcony that comes into this space as well. So for all different seasons, you could be here, be protected from the rain and bugs. Now, we do have double doors. Most of the time, these are closed because this goes into my office. So everybody wants a home office these days. It shouldn't necessarily have to feel like an office. It should be functional. Because this house is 3 stories, I put in an elevator. You can see out and look at the beautiful view of the water as you're traveling up or down inside your home. Now we're on the top floor, the 3rd floor. Instead of having a big walk-in laundry room, there's no wasted space in this house. And on top of it, you can exercise here with a view. My daughters are older, so when they come and visit or we have guests, I wanted it to feel more like you're on vacation. An ERV system brings fresh air into every single room of this house so that it's a healthy home. It makes me proud to know that they could be coming and visiting in a house that's healthy. While we're in our homes, they should revitalize us. This is the master bedroom, a beautiful view. The view itself is the painting. We didn't need too much artwork in this house. We didn't need any trim in this house. All the floors are wood. Very simple, because the detail is in the environment, to bring the outside in, to really love nature, to be part of nature. So thank you so much for checking out my home. Look at nextgreatamericanhomes.com. It's a website I started so that everybody involved in this house could have a taste of what the efficiency, sustainability, fireproof, stormproof homes should be like. Thank you so much for joining me.
Beautiful. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And you got a patio off on your bedroom. Mm-hmm. And that fireplace. Wow. Do you have a basement?
Underneath the house is parking. So the cars are underneath, so it's kind of
I'm scared of you.
First floor is the parking, the next level is the main level, and then the bedrooms above that.
Oh my God, parking, and then you get out when you get out of your car, you go right to the elevator and rise up.
Well, I've been using the stairs. I need the exercise. But when my daughters come, we put the luggage in there, it brings it up. So, but
Oh my God.
I've been using the
That
stairs.
is awesome. And you have also an animal, a little doggy, huh? Mm-hmm. That's
Yep.
beautiful. I love every bit. But the only thing I want to ask you, were you thinking about how close you was to the water?
Well, this piece of property was a tiny piece, a 0.19 acre. And when I saw it, I always thought I should build one of these homes that we promote, an insulated concrete form home. And there's 5 other products we put into these homes because, as you heard, they're less expensive, they're fire and storm proof, they save 50 to 75% on energy. And I figured that I should probably build one for myself so when clients want to see what it's like, I didn't have to
Okay.
interrupt clients
Right,
who
right.
I did them for already. So that was the impetus of designing this
Okay.
particular house.
All right.
And yes, the water, I mean, makes the every day just feel tranquil and lovely.
That makes me want to say, if I get some money like that, I want to have me one like that.
Well, you just have to come over and hang out there.
I will sometime. We will sometime. Maybe when you're having a big excitement on your yard, we'll come and visit and then go out on your boat and stuff like that. All right.
pleasure.
Are you going to build any more properties around your property?
Well, we have this home office is in Fairfield. I have another one, much more traditional looking, because you can do any style, size of homes. We've done tiny homes, we've done very large homes, and everything in between. So we do have another one in Fairfield that's almost completed, much more traditional with the dormers and New England look. We have a couple in New Canaan that are starting construction. And all around the state, Long Island, New Jersey. We're talking to a potential client in Florida. And we have about 12 or 15 there up already, townhouses, medical buildings. So it's catching
All
on.
right, all right. I know if they're anything like yours, I know they're happy. And I'm not only that, Mr. Overland, things are not cheap anymore like they used to be. Because my friend, she comes from Belize and also Barbados, and she built a house over there, and she had to go to Home Depot to buy all the sketches and things like that. So I thank God next time I'll tell her just come to you.
Well, fortunately, this type of construction has no wood. There's no wood in the outside walls, inside walls. It's therefore it's less expensive.
And what about the heating system and all that, and air conditions?
Yeah, we do. We specify in-floor radiant heat and cooling. This way, the floors are warm or cool, depending on the season. There's an ERV system that brings fresh air 24 hours a day into these homes because they're very tight, they're soundproof, very healthy. You feel like you're living in a concert hall. I mean, they're just really wonderful to live in.
Okay, okay. Well, you know what? If you need a home built like that, why not give him a call? Because not only that, you can find his website and everything right there on the screen. Okay. Let's go into a question I want to ask you. Should we be concerned about climate changes?
We really should. I know there's some people feel it's real, it's not real, but look, the reality is we have a lot of storms. We have so many homes, as you know, catch on fire. We have heating bills and pouring oil and gas into these homes. So we've become home poor. And a lot of that has to do with the environment, the cold, the heat. So I really feel that we need to be designing these homes for greater storms, potential fires, and rising oil, gas, electric bills so that these homes don't bankrupt you.
In your home, I don't see any carpet. I just see all wooden floors. And
Right.
so that's a good saving on heat. A lot of people think you have to have carpet, but you don't have to have carpet. You can have wooden floor, because that's what I got, all wooden floors.
Yeah, well, these homes, as I said, can be designed at any style or size. So it's up to the client if the client wants carpet or wood floors. But a nice, clean, minimalistic feel really gives you the maximum, in my mind, lifestyle. But we design for our clients' needs and likes and dislikes.
Now, I know we talked about this already. You design homes for fireproof homes?
Right, so because these homes, this is like a little model of what an ICF wall is. So your outside walls are made out of these blocks. They're like a Lego top and bottom. Picture this as 4 feet long, 18 inches high, depending which company, 2 3/4 inches of foam on each side, a 6-inch space, and that gets filled with concrete. So now the outside wall gets your siding on one side, your sheetrock on the other side. There's no plywood, no weather barriers. It's so simple, and because it's concrete, that's what makes it fire and storm proof. And because of the foam, that's what makes it energy efficient. So most people, although ICF insulated concrete forms sounds maybe strange, all the storms that we've seen the last few decades from the Florida and Sandy and Katrina and Michael, you've probably seen that one house that's still standing and devastation all over. That one house is the ICF homes.
Oh my Lord.
Yep.
And
then we
what
also
town was
do, well, in all the towns from Florida to Puerto Rico, all the storms, if you see one house still standing, it's generally the ICF.
Oh my God.
And getting back to your point about fireproof, all the interior walls are metal stud, made in a factory.
Wow.
And the ceilings are all metal studs. So this way, if there was a fire in the house, it can't spread. Your insurance rates are half, and your energy bills are half as well.
You know, I've been through a fire, you know that. And it wasn't in my house. It was on top of my patio in my bedroom. But when I went to the room to get some water, my daughter did, to put it out, it just spread it, broke the window out, came in, knocked me out. So I understand somebody like that need to get that because, number one, if you can afford it, it saves lives. And I know, don't want to make no tears come in my eyes. But anyway, I thank God for that because fireproof is good, especially when you got little children in the home and your animals in the home and yourself. Like yesterday, something happened in New York. And what happened is that one lady couldn't get out. Only the children got out because a man was out there. And he took it up on himself to allow them to jump out the window so he could catch them. A bunch of people crowded together. So I thank you. I salute you, Mr. Overland, for finding the idea from your heart to help save people's lives and save their homes, okay? Can we have more efficiency, energy-efficient homes and buildings?
Yeah, you know, I feel so bad when I see all of these wood houses going up and people feel that it's normal to have to spend so much money on your gas or oil or electric. There should be no gas or oil coming into these homes anymore. They should be heated and air conditioned by a heat pump, which is first much more efficient. Second, if they're built properly, as I said, you save 50 to 75% right off the bat on your heating and air conditioning bills. So I just don't understand why, well, I do understand, change is slow. But it's such simple construction. We do it for all of our projects now. But what I feel sad sometimes when I see these big, beautiful homes going up, and the clients just don't know that there's a better way. We shouldn't be building the way we've built for 200 years. Like the European clients say, why do you Americans build temporary homes? Well, we do. We throw them away every 50 to 75 years. And there's a better way, and we're promoting it and teaching other architects, and all of our clients get this. And the best part, it's less expensive to build this way.
Wow. And our General Bishop home just caught on fire 2 weeks ago. And you know how those homes is down there in Mount Vernon. And he have a Jewish, what you call it? It's a school and a church combined. And they gave it to him. It is beautiful. And I can imagine what the house looked like. Because the chandelier is bigger than all this right here in the middle of the floor. You want to call it a ballroom, a banquet hall, or whatever. So now he's going through in a hotel because his home just burnt down. And he got to wait till they do all the assessments and things like that so he can get back on his feet. But God is good. I thank God. Are you building products? We said that. That's getting better and more available and more sufficient. We did it already.
Yeah, it's really becoming commonplace now. I just feel that anybody contemplating building should research it. Do your own research, and you're going to find that there's much better ways to build. I'm happy to let anybody speak to anybody. I'm happy to give them a tour of my home so they could see and feel the difference, speak to clients, but it is catching on. I mean, and it should catch on. This is not a new product. This has been around since a little after World War II.
Wow.
It's been improved quite a bit, and it's all over the country. I believe it's Wisconsin. If you don't build your public schools out of ICF, you don't get state funding.
No?
Because they realize that the schools are going to cost less to heat, air condition, maintain, insurance, and they're much safer. So we're seeing a big change, and I'm happy for that. I'm looking forward to the future where we will have homes that will protect us.
Well, you know what? He said that if you want to have a tour of his home to see what it's like, because you might be interested in buying one, all you got to do is let him know. And you let him know, he'll set up that appointment. So one day, maybe when the summer comes, I'm going to make sure that John, myself, and Boomy, and Rick, and all of us will come up, and Charles, to see what it's looked like.
Well, you don't need to wait till the future. As you invite me to your house all the time, you come over to
Okay.
It's a home office. I'm there all the time.
Wow.
You could just stop in.
Well, yeah, I can say this much for him. He helped me to build my house, and you know what? He have always been there to see him, check on me, and talk to me, come on the radio with me, and things like that. Now, I want to get to this one, because this comes by the city of Bridgeport, state of Connecticut, whatever, all over. What about the building code? Have it changed with this new
October 1st of 2022, the building code changed significantly to make homes more energy efficient and even a little safer. I'm glad that that's happening because it's making people aware and making builders aware that they have to be more careful how they build. But we're a long way from, these types of homes far exceed the building codes.
Wow.
And the building inspectors, when they see one of these homes going up, they say that, why isn't everyone doing them?
Wow.
And the only reason is change is slow, but it doesn't have to be.
Now, when you do your building, do you use any children, like you come in and observe what you're doing?
Yeah,
I'd
love to have students come over. This past summer, I had a school brought their juniors over who had some thought about maybe going into the building architecture industry.
All right.
And I think there were like 26 of them. I do tours all the time for schools because the children are the future, and their future homes and buildings, they're going to look back and say, "Hi, what were you guys thinking?"
Okay.
Wow. So I'd love to do that.
After the snow, I'm going to set up an appointment with some youth from a school to come by and see and let them know that, everything is what you want it to be, and there's nothing impossible.
Right.
Nothing is impossible. All we have to do is hold on. I just want to say this is Sound Off, and it is a great conversation that we have with Mr. Lee Overland, the architect, that's bringing new advantages to you and your mind, your heart, and your spirit. He got an open door, and all you got to do is just walk in it, believe it, receive it, and get it. And he's awesome. He's good. Well, I know the hour is so great. We hate to leave one another, but when you're doing good, it says sound off. Sound off and smile. You on candid camera. God is good all the time. I just want to say that is the loans. What about you? I know you don't deal with that, but since you're building the property, is it hard for someone to get a loan for a certain amount of money to build that type of home?
No, it's the same process you would go through with any house.
Okay.
Although the banks and insurance companies are realizing that these are much better investments for them.
Wow.
Because they'll be around for centuries, not decades. So no, the process is probably easier. The insurance rates are considerably less on these houses. And you probably don't even realize this, but when I learned about this type of product that I started designing all of our homes and buildings with, I thought of you because when they were saying it was fireproof and stormproof and energy efficient, that fireproof was when I did the extreme makeover with you for your house. I didn't know about this back then, and I felt so sad that we live with such easy tragedy. And when I learned about this, you were on my mind so many times saying, this will stop the suffering that so many people will
Well, our
potentially go through.
our time is up, and I hate that, but that's what sound off is. You sound off and bring everything out. So, Mr. Oberlin, you want to say to the people what you want to say at this last moment, minute, and second?
Oh, just thank you for allowing me to be here with you. I feel privileged that I know you because of the wonderful things you do in the community. And, you know, architecture, if there's any children out there thinking about architecture, think about it real hard.
Yes.
Call me, come by the office, because it is such a wonderful field, and you want to wake up every day of your life with something that you love doing, and architecture is that.
All right, this is your host, Gloria Brown. We sounding off. Be blessed. Have a great day, and he will be back again.
Thank you.
Shalom.